so this video here is part of our Hips Don't Lie series, and we're going to go over simple stretches that you can do to help the mobility in the hip area. So we chose the chair because a lot of us are either sitting at work or maybe traveling and sitting or getting somewhere and having to wait and sit. So why not utilize this chair for our advantage to work on stretching our hips? So if you have any questions about this, remember our personal trainers here at Lady Super Fitness are here for you. We're here to help you. And if you've never worked out with us here before at Lady Super Fitness, we would love to meet you, get to know you, and work out with you here. Just give us a call at 536-3488 or just come on in for a complimentary workout and one of our awesome trainers will take care of you. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get all of our tips, our motivation, as well as our featured workouts here at LSF. So remember, our focus is you and women's health. So here we're going to use a chair. Now I am going to turn it, but you don't have to move, but I just want you to get this view. So I'm going to take my right foot over my left ankle, ankle over knee stretch. So we want to make sure that that knee is nice and flush. You may find that your knee is a little bit higher, and that's okay. So you want to sit up nice and tall, and you're going to lead with your rib cage, keeping your back flat, leaning forward. You don't want to round or shrug your shoulders. Pretend like there's a lap bar, and you got to get up and over it. And now you're going to gently use your forearm or your elbow just to put a little bit of pressure, just to open up the hips a little bit, and you should feel the stretch in your outer butt, hip, thigh, glutes here when you're stretching. Now remember, when you stretch, you want to just ease into it. Nice, deep, slow breaths. You never bounce, never yank, and never force it. And then you're slowly going to come out of it, and then you're going to do that same stretch. I'll just give you this view. Opposite ankle over your opposite knee. Make sure the foot, knee, and hip, everything is straight. You're going to sit up nice and tall. You're going to lead with your rib cage and lean it forward. All right, our next stretch is going to get the back of the thigh. So remember, your back of your thigh muscle does attach to your ischial tuberosity, also known as your butt bone. You can stretch your thigh or behind the thigh, your hamstring, laying down, standing up. But again, we're just going to use the chair for the purpose of this video. So you can stick your leg out. You can keep the ankle relaxed. Again, you're going to hinge from the hip area to come nice and fluid, nice and down, keeping the back straight, and you should get a nice stretch behind the hamstring. If you want to intensify the stretch and get more bang for your buck, you can bring your toes up, and you control the stretch with how much lean. So if that's too much, you can back off. But again, you don't want to round or shrug. Take your time with it, ease into it, nice, deep, slow, controlled breaths, and then switch sides. All right, so our next stretch is going to stretch the hip flexor. So remember, the hip flexor is in front of your iliacus, and it wraps around into that low back area. And when you're sitting in this position, that muscle tends to get shortened. So what we want to do is take yourself out of that position. So again, we're going to use the chair. I'm going to slide over so that I have one butt cheek on the chair, one off. I'm taking the opposite hand, and I'm holding underneath the chair to give me an anchor position. Now, if your chair has wheels, be very careful, because remember, that will move. So get on something that's a little bit more sturdy, okay? And I'm going to slide this leg back and make sure I'm just going to come to a position where I'm not falling off and I'm not off kilter. Watch my hips. I'm going to stick my glutes out. I'm going to tuck it under, and I'm going to find center, okay? So stick it out. Now tuck it under. Keep it there. Squeeze your glutes a little bit. Now it's okay to slide that leg back. You don't have to be straight, okay? But once you tuck your hips under you and you squeeze your glutes, straighten out that leg a little bit. Keep your glutes engaged, and you want to get a good stretch in the front top of your thigh here. So if I don't squeeze my glutes, I'm not going to feel the stretch. So again, hips under you, tighten your glutes. Once you get a good stretch in here, you can play with it by straightening out the leg, but don't lose that position, okay? So take your time. Then if that's okay, you can lengthen that same side arm up, keep the belly button pulled in, keep your glutes engaged, and if you want to intensify it a little bit more, I can turn away from the stretch and ease out of it. Again, so the key with this one is, one, make sure you're steady on the chair and you're not falling over. Two, you're going to tuck your hips under, squeeze your glutes, straighten the leg out by keeping this engaged, abs engaged, then lengthen the arms. You'll get a good, nice stretch in here, and then you'll repeat switch sides. All right, so our next one, we're going to stretch the inner part of our thigh here. We're just going to use the chair for some stability, some support, and all I'm going to do is gently lean my body weight to the left, okay? Keeping this leg straight, keeping this leg bent. I am going to turn a little bit just so you can see what that looks like. I'm using this for support, and I should feel a nice stretch in that upper inner thigh. And then I can go to the opposite side as well, making sure that I'm not sticking out my glutes, keeping my pelvis underneath me, keeping my abs engaged, using this for support. So remember, take your time. We're here to help you. We can't wait to see you. We'll see you real soon.